Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I wanted to show you a couple of interesting things that are going on, developing out there with one with Bakkt, and just I wanted to illustrate a point about how this XRP community can really influence what's going on in the space. This is from, first I want to show you this. CZ Binance had said, this is in the midst of this downturn we've had over the last week. He says, right now when you sell, someone else has to be buying. And he makes a pretty good point. But I saw a guy reply to him with this. This is at Tommy P408. And he says, let's hope people can learn from history and not make the mistake to panic sell. And this right here is really a very good point. I want you to look very closely at this. This shows Bitcoin crashes. And again, like I tell you often, right now still, when they say Bitcoin, it's really symbolic of the whole market, because the whole market has been following Bitcoin for the last few years. So this kind of happened with XRP, just as you see here. But they're showing you the lows and then how far it sunk. Like in this case, back between 6/11/11 to 11/21/11, Bitcoin was as low as $2 to $35. It went down from $35 to $2, 94%. And back then, as I showed you yesterday, all these same people were writing these same articles about, oh, I told you so, we told you Bitcoin was going to die. And then, of course, it took it 1.6 years in this case to get back to its all-time high. And then here on the next one, it took it 0.6 years. It was at 260, went down to as low as 45. And each time, remember, each time that this happened, they declared cryptocurrencies a scam and dead and all that. This one took 3.3 years. Now, I know what you're thinking. I hope this one doesn't take 3.3 years. Well, we're in a much more mature market than we were back at this time. Now, we're in a place where we have traditional financial firms that are scheduled to come into the game. So it's a much different situation than it was back then. I was there back during this, and the question, it wasn't even on the horizon. The traditional financial firms, they weren't acknowledging in public that they even thought cryptocurrencies had a future. They were coming out and saying we wouldn't ever touch that back then. Now, they're not just saying they're going to touch it. They've announced that they're opening platforms. We have FidelityDigitalAssets.com. It's a whole new game. So it's not going to be 3.3 years, more like 3.3 months at the most, or weeks. This thing could go off at any time, people. And I want you to remember, and I've told you this before, I want you to remember that this market, it feels like the end of the world until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, it turns on a dime and everything changes, and you won't recognize your portfolio, and it happens in a period of weeks sometimes. Just overnight, everything changes. And so don't get discouraged. That's the wrong reaction to all of this. Next, I tweeted this out the other day because this was to Bakkt, which is the New York Stock Exchange's crypto exchange. They've pushed off when they're going to open it to January the 24th. Okay, now I want to make a point about that before I move on. I don't think it's coincidental. This past week we had a pretty tough crash that lasted for approximately around 48 hours. It just really crashed. It was right in the midst of that crash that Bakkt comes out and announces that they are going to put off the opening of their exchange until January the 24th. Do you think that's a coincidence? I question whether that's a coincidence myself, but I just wanted to throw that out there for what it's worth. Because the powers that be sure would like for their people to be able to buy on the cheap right before this thing opens up. That's all I know. So I tweeted this to Bakkt the other day. Hi Bakkt, I read an article that said you wanted feedback on which digital asset to add next. I thought this chart may aid you in your decision-making process. This was on the 21st of November that I sent this. Look how many retweets that thing has got. 573 retweets, 1.5 thousand likes, okay? And I want to show you this because we have, as the XRP community, we have a tremendous influence on what is happening out there on the ground. And if you don't believe it, look at this. So Bakkt sends this out. 2 days later, they tweet this question. We've been asked if we will add other digital currencies. Answer, we'll consider additional contracts as the landscape evolves and as we receive additional customer feedback about what they want and need. Well, XRP community, you are their potential customers. So don't be bashful. You let them know that they need to add XRP. And I'm going to do my part right now while you watch this video to continue this thing. And XRP Trump has jumped in the game. Look, he did in response to their tweet, he said, should Bakkt add XRP, and put a poll here. He got 3,003 votes. 93% of people think he should. So I'm here to tell you, people, let's let Bakkt know what the greatest digital asset ever created is, because they need to add it. I would love to be able to open a Bakkt account and transact and buy and sell there, but we need XRP on there. Next, so what I'm doing, this is my effort today. I wanted to show Bakkt that XRP is it's not just what I showed them in this graphic. I showed them here that it's the fastest, the cheapest, and the most scalable and has the most transactions per second. So today, I would like to show them that XRP is the most eco-friendly of the digital assets. And so I will tweet this while you are watching. Hi Bakkt, you may not have known that XRP is also the most eco-friendly digital asset and consumes far less energy than Bitcoin. Tweet. And so that is now out. There they go. And I want you all to retweet that and like it and do everything you can and send your own tweets to them. They need to know XRP is the greatest digital asset ever created. Next. And this also shows you the influence that we are beginning to have in this. This involves Bitcoin and XRP. I used this exact same quote yesterday in a video, and I pointed out that Craig Wright had said the Bitcoin price drop is not a goal, but a consequence of Bitcoin Cash SV money, says Craig Wright. And so AMB Crypto, that's almost the exact quote that I took out of that video that he was in the other day when he was interviewed by Rand Nooner. So we as a community can make a difference, and let's make a difference. I'm the digital asset investor, and I'm not an investment advisor. This is for informational and entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that the Bitcoin price drop is not a goal, but a consequence of Bitcoin Cash SV money. And that is why you should own a non-mineable digital asset, and preferably XRP, which is the best of them all. Thanks for listening.